Most of you know Kevin and I are married. We've been together 15 years, so the question of what we would dialogue about was interesting. And we decided not to dialogue about each other. Perhaps because we're both in late middle age, and perhaps because we're living in these Facebook times, we have both been recently contacted by old friends, old lovers, old colleagues who we had lost touch with, and we decided that we wanted to write poems about that, about the experience of meeting somebody who you haven't seen in 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and seeing either how you've both changed and whether you can accommodate each other's changes, or how one of you hasn't changed and maybe would prefer that the other one stayed the same too. It's a fairly fraught topic, and Kevin's going to start.
Okay, this poem is called Avenge, O Lord. John Milton has a sonnet, Avenge, O Lord, thy slaughtered saints. This is actually about someone who, that was about Italian Protestants being very really massacred. The vengeance sought here is for things that didn't really happen. Someone who imagines themselves to be persecuted. Avenge, O Lord, after John Milton. Those I thought I spotted dodging into charity shops when they saw me coming down the street towards them. Those who got first-class honours in exams I didn't turn up for. Those who satisfied their girlfriends so thoroughly I never got a look in. Those panels of eminent nobodies who didn't give me the Booker Prize for the novel I never completed. Those who always looked out the window when I explained the finer detail of my political theories. Those who refused to take my 6 months, to make my 6 months tearing tickets at a provincial theatre pensionable and forever. And anybody who ever shoved in front of me in a queue, my last will and testament, that they all be phoned and told to kindly not attend my funeral. Each time one of them tells you they never heard of me, you'll know you definitely dialed the right number.
A poem about meeting a friend after a divorce. A lot. I don't tell you I never liked her, that your flat reeks of cat piss, that you look tired. I hug you fast, but don't hold your hand when you tell me about the divorce, the friends you lost in the settlement, the kids adjusting, the job a grind. I don't tell you how much your new girl reminds me of your ex. I don't say that I've been sad too. I have, though I'm wed to my true love and our life is Facebook friendly. A lot has happened to me too. I don't tell you that.
This is online reunions. Nights when the future you've sold yourself thrills only slightly less than other people's tales of driving their children to activities. Uzbeki's snuff wrestling weekends for the girls, advanced taxidermy evenings for the boys. You look them up, loves long put away to avoid further embarrassment. Fellow ex-politicos with a twitch, who like you scan recent history to find their own names, mostly not in the index. Your sigh that of a retired alcoholic, gazing into someone else's glass of gold. A dream reunion as joyous as a seminar on how to get bad value in reinsuring your car at Middlesbrough's least central and most unpopular hotel. Everyone else has their dinner. You're sitting there with nothing in front of you but the past which awaits its checkup to make sure it's still dead.
For a male friend who I went to college with, white depths for sea. My hand, that small animal, scuttled across your back, clutched your shoulder like it was a rock on the shore and the tide racing in. My mouth, that soft messenger, kissed the plane of your face, the crease by your eye. I wanted you, like a safety pin, to pierce and tether me to the dry cloth of solid life. You took my hand, that small trembling animal, soothed each finger still, pressed the palm heart against your palm heart and held. You and I don't do that, you said, your eyes on mine. I watched your lips move, my white depths escaping in a single tear. How I wanted you to save me. How splendidly you did.
To those who preferred the old heaven, I'm sorry the boy who loved Nicaraguan peasants and striking coal miners, but not himself, is no longer available to not take your advice. Sorry I didn't end up walking the streets in the weather with a bin bag, contents undetermined. Sorry I no longer occasionally sleep in railway stations and don't turn up for work because I'm too busy forcing upon the world change it doesn't want. If the person you're looking for hadn't so tragically ceased to exist, I'd happily send him over to make your spare room his and use your telephone without paying for it. Sorry, I'm no longer not turning up for the exam or having near-death experiences in the kitchen, Stoke Newington, September 1989, but never actually getting round to turning on the gas. Sorry, I'm no longer so thin, starving kittens take pity on me. Tomorrow I'll send you a ring of white lilies and my sympathy on the death of who the fool I was made you think you were.
Finally, this is his blackbirds. This is for a friend of 30 years standing who has some massive demons that he's hesitating about facing. And this is me and him, his blackbirds. He rides with the top down. The car fills up with blackbirds. The truth is a hard beak. My skin smarts from too much sun. The truth is a peripheral wing flap. He and I are one. He and I and his blackbirds are one. And I close my eyes, try to hover above his voice, that moving thing, but I can't fly higher than the blackbird. His history unfolds its dark feathers. He drives on uphill, alone. He and I are two, but I'm bound by the blackbird's whistle. I don't know which to prefer, the beauty of beauty or the beauty of fact, the lying sun or the honest blackbirds. Thank you.